Today on Hanuman Jayanti, we just had this extraordinarily beautiful program. Chanting, singing, sharing, praying. And I was remembering how I first got so deeply connected to Hanumanji, which was in the very, very, very beginning. I remember that Pujya Swamiji used to tell me, you are going to touch so many people and you will do so much in your life. And I was 25 and I was a good student, and I knew that I knew how to be a good student. But beyond that, I didn't think that I had any particular ability, any particular uniqueness, and certainly not something to touch the world. And I remember saying to Pujya Swamiji, no, I don't. He said, you'll see. But in my mind, it was just this beautiful guru who only saw the divine and who only saw goodness. And so naturally, since his eyes were so divine and beautiful, he just saw beauty. But I didn't actually think that it was true. And one day, he gave me this book of the Ramayana. And it was the very first book of any type of Hindu scriptures or literature or anything that I had read. And I still remember it. It was this beautiful little paperback book published by Bhartiya Vidya Bhavan, and it was by C. Rajagopalacharyaji. And it had this picture that was sort of like a child's picture on the cover. And it was just the story of the Ramayana. So it wasn't, the original text. It was just the running story. And I started to read, and I stayed awake the whole night reading the book. And the next morning, I went to him, and I was crying and crying. And I said, Swamiji, I said, now I understand. I can touch the world. I can do beautiful things in the world. Not about what I know, not about what I can do, not about what I have, but just by being devoted to God, just by loving God. That just as I knew yesterday, I don't have the knowledge, I don't have the wisdom, I don't have the skill, I don't have the ability. I'm in that same boat today. But the difference is that today I know I don't need those things. Because it's not those things that are going to change the world. The miracles, like the miracles that Hanumanji did and he shared and he spoke about, were all done just by his devotion to God. Just by, as he said before he flew across the ocean, he said, I just put my foot on that sand and I take Lord Ram's name, and it happens. And it was at that moment that I really understood that the power, the Shakti of touching, of changing, of bringing light to the world in any way, it's not about being smart enough or talented enough or good enough. It's about being devoted enough and being surrendered enough. And for me, from that moment on, from the very, very beginning, it's been for me my prayer to Hanumanji, to just be so devoted that the miracles happen.